Call the meeting to order, December the 6th workshop. Is anybody taping? Val Stratton is taping. Please remove your hats and let's stand and have a moment of silence and pledge of allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have the review and approval of the board minutes for November the 1st. Any corrections or changes, any discussion?
I move that we accept the minutes as written.
Minutes stand as noted. Board meeting November 16th. Review of the minutes. Any corrections, changes, or additions? If there aren't any, they stand as recorded. Correspondence. Gail. I don't know that you want to read all of it, but it's up to you. The correspondence is from the Brookridge Advisory Committee on the proposed development at the front of our development. It was in the agenda, and there are also copies on the back table. If you haven't received one, you can pick up one on your way out. It's pretty lengthy, should be read. Okay, we don't have any other correspondence. President's report. First of all, I want to thank the cards and the condolences in the loss of my son. I want to thank Ken Duncan for filling in while I was gone, and the board members who worked with him while I was gone. But I want to make a comment, and I'm going to read this because I've thought a lot about it. However, I want to say how embarrassed I was when I watched the Wednesday night meeting. You, the residents, were out of line, and it was like a mob scene. I don't know about you people, but I am ashamed. You disgrace the development. Could you not ask your questions and concerns in an adult manner? This isn't a TV show, and this board is not Jerry Springer. I just hope that we all can take a lesson from that meeting and be respectful of each other and to act in adult fashion. We don't need to yell and scream or clap our hands. This is a business meeting. I want to thank the volunteers who worked at the Fall Festival and the residents who participated. And that's all I have right now. Thank you. May we have the general manager's report.
I don't have a report. I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay. Unfinished business. Rosemary?
The topic is release of the 2022 Finance Committee. The Finance Committee did an excellent job getting our budget together. It was voted on by the membership and approved. The new budget will take place January 1st, 2023. At this time, I would like to release my Finance Committee from responsibilities. Excuse me, what was the laughable, what is it laughable about?
Please, just, let's have some decorum here.
We can't hear.
We can't hear. We We can't hear you. Let's just get through this meeting here. We need to have decorum. You are the people that help us run this community. Please let us just calmly listen. No comments, no jeers, no clapping. We have to get through this meeting, okay? Thank you.
And continuing, the finance committee that I chaired did an excellent job. They spent hours and hours and hours looking over the budget, looking over our expenses, looking over our proposed expenses, and they came up with a viable budget without raising our assessments. I thank all of them for the work that they did.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Do we have to have a vote? Yeah, there has to be a motion. We need to take a vote. We need to take a motion and a second.
The motion is to release the 2022 Finance Committee.
I second.
Any discussion? May I have a show of hands, all in favor? Okay. It was just brought to our attention this morning that we have a quote from a company who is willing to come in and fix the pool.
Excuse me, we haven't done the report of the nominating committee.
This is, we are calling unfinished business, Gail. I'm going to turn this over to Ken, and I want to read to you the 2022 Florida Statutes 120.525. The agenda shall contain the items to be considered in order of presentation. After the agenda has been made available, a change shall be made only for good cause, as determined by the person designated to preside and stated in the record. Notification of change shall be at the earliest practicable time. And I think because of the issues we're having with the pool, that this is an ongoing, becomes unfinished business. And we do have a quote. That's why we're bringing it all to you now, because I know that is the utmost importance for many of you, because you do like to be in the pool. I'm going to ask Ken to take over and explain it to us.
Good morning. I'm going to read this. This quote comes from Landmark Pools Corporation. Good afternoon. Thanks for the opportunity to provide the estimate for repairs needed for the community pool at Brookridge. Attached is an estimate. We have confirmed all parts are in stock. If you are interested in proceeding with this proposal, we will draw up a formal working contract. A deposit to purchase the pump and other parts will be 60% of the total purchase price. The other 40% will be due within 14 days of the completion of the work and successful restart of the pool. The quote is $10,835. This will provide a 3-phase, 5-horse circulating pump. They will do all the replumbing, and there is also a service call to check the chemical balancing after completion of the work. I would like to make a motion that we accept this bid and proceed.
A second.
Any discussion from the board? Discussion?
I think that all the membership will be very happy to hear this. Okay.
Is there a start date?
Is there a start date?
No, there is no start date setting here. They said if we were interested in proceeding on this proposal, they'll draw up a formal contract. We can probably have that within a day or so.
Val?
Val Stratton, Unit 3. Per our purchasing policy, do you want to make a motion that due to the circumstances, we waive the 3 bids?
Thank you, Val.
Can I amend my motion to accept or waive exactly what Val said? Waive, waive our current purchasing policy due to the fact of the not being able to get 3 qualified bids and accept the bid that we have.
And I will second that.
Is there any more discussion from the board? Okay.
What is the warranty they're giving for the pump and the work?
It is not specified on here, but I'm sure as soon as we got it, we'll produce the contract and email it, the warranty information out to everybody.
Because I've worked with pumping equipment that billions of dollars worth. Normally, they come with a 3-year warranty. If you get no warranty with the pump, I'd be very suspicious.
And I concur with your statement, sir. The thing about it is we're having problems getting parts and getting people willing to do the work.
It appears that we don't have the contract yet, and I'm sure that Ken will make sure that we do have a multi-year warranty on this.
Is there any more discussion? Vince?
Morning, everyone. Vince Pizzi, Unit 3, former clubhouse manager. Managed the clubhouse for 7 years, and the pump that we have on the pool, if I'm correct, is serviceable. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, we have parts.
It had parts, brand new impellers, brand new motor, brand new housing.
Right.
And the only thing that has to be done to get that pool running is to call a plumber, cut one side, cut the other side, cut the other side, put everything back together. Okay? Doesn't need $10,000, doesn't need a new pump, and I'm gonna tell you what. Before I resigned, we were in the process of, if you remember back last April, the pool was shut down for a couple weeks. And we had made some repairs in the tank outside where the filters are housed because the floor had cracks in 3 places. We refiberglassed the whole entire floor, and everything was fine. But it still needs to be replaced. Okay? The whole entire system in there has to be replaced. So my question is, why are we trying to spend 10 grand where you can get away with it, maybe less than 1,000 to get the pool running, have the residents do it, do our due diligence in getting everything taken care of in a timely manner to get that pump house up to spec. Now, I've been in contact with Mike and Carol, and I tried talking to Anna, and she didn't return my calls. So, for the last 2 months, this has been pretty much remedied by just having call a plumber, get it in there, and I'm willing to help them get through it, but why are we trying to spend 10 grand for this?
Vince, our understanding was that it's been patched and patched and patched.
No, nothing's been patched in the pool house. Now, mind you, okay, way back when, this system is old, it's serviceable, okay? It does its job, okay, the way it's designed to do it, okay? It pumps water to the pool, it filters the water, and it keeps everything nice and clear, okay? Mind you that. But there's been addition upon addition on this system from the solar heater that had the solar heat up on the roof a long time ago to the thermal heaters, okay? That's the only difference in what we had before, okay? There's no patching, there's no different connections. Those connections are there for a reason so they can be repaired ongoing,
Okay,
Okay?
then I have a question. When, in the reserves, when is the pool due to be, the pool pump due to be looked at? Because that's got to be in the reserves. 2023, and that is this year. Of January of,
Am I correct, Jerry, Mr. Foster? We had a discussion last year, we were gonna get quotes on getting get this whole system replaced, correct? I don't wanna drag you into this, but is that correct?
As you and me looked at that poll last year, and I looked at it again this year, and I'll say to you the same thing I said to them earlier. You claim that pipe can be cut. In fact, when I met with Landmark Pools, and along with Pinch Penny, some contractor for him on Thursday of last week as well, they said that that pipe that's threaded into the pool, into the pump, has got threads on it. That pipe has to be, once the pump is set in there, that pipe has to be twisted in there to screw in that. They said that couldn't be done. There's not enough room between that pipe and where it's connected, cemented. And if you're saying that that pipe can be cut out, that pipe has got spliced together like my hand's on this right here, all the way around it.
Okay, so a PVC fitting, it's a slip fit, so you screw the thing into the housing first. You get all your things set and you lift it up in there and glued. It's lifted into place.
I'm saying the pipe's already cemented, so you can't.
But that whole section can be reworked, okay?
That's what they're
cut. Now, if we had an experienced plumber come and looked at this, it would have been different, because this is not a pool issue. It's a plumbing issue.
We've had plumbers come out. Mike, you can answer that question. How many plumbers have come out here?
At least 4
Who's the plumbers?
residents.
Residents?
Residents, yes. They were concerned about this, and I offered to let them take a look at it, and
I'm just trying to point this out to you guys. If you go with this way, you're going to be basically the other motor that we're purchasing might not be compatible with the system that you need to purchase later. That's all I'm saying. You guys do what you guys got to do.
let me ask a question. Did we have licensed plumbers come look at this?
Yeah, we've had Shore Commercial came out, and a couple of the other contractors, they're licensed plumbers.
Okay, and what was the result of their evaluation?
Basically, the whole thing needs to be redone.
Nothing done in writing?
Okay, shh.
Sorry, ma'am.
Sandy Lewis, Unit 1. If it's already in the reserve to revamp everything next year, why don't we just do it this year and get it over with? If it could have been as easy as Vince is saying, and I'm not saying he's wrong, why have we been without a pool for over 2 months? It makes no sense. Some of us go to the pool every single day. We need that pool. And if Landmark Pools can fix it in a week and we can have a pool before Christmas, let's do it.
Yes. Okay. And the thing is that we know that everybody is concerned about the pool, but we want to make sure that it's done right.
Well, Landmark Pools, look them up on the internet, landmarkpools.com. They're a multi-million-dollar pool company. They're just outside of Tampa. They would have come 2 months ago if somebody had taken time to call them, and our pool would have been fixed.
Okay. We don't want to put any blame anywhere. We want to get it resolved.
And I'm
Okay,
not blaming anyone. I'm just saying, why wait?
Okay, we're going to vote on this anyway, but I can say time frame wise, when we talked to Landmark last week on it, he said about a week for the quote and then about 2 weeks to start on it. So yeah, it should be done in next, I think.
Is there
it's
any
in
more
3 days.
discussion? Okay, we need to vote here, so let's,
Rich Stratton, Unit 3. The only question I have is, 3-year warranty, that goes like fast.
we have to get a contract
I
first,
understand.
Rich, and then we'll read.
I understand. Are we going to negotiate with the owner, as we did for the air conditioners out here, a 10-year warranty on the side? We paid for that, 2 clubs. I want to see somebody negotiate a contract with the owner for the warranty up to 10 years. Let's face it. Let's cover ourselves first and them second.
Thank you, Rich. And this is,
Della Humphrey, Unit 4. Have you talked to this landmark pools that Sandy suggested?
They're the ones
yeah,
that
they're the ones that came in and did the inspection, the evaluation, and told us what needs to be done and what they would charge to do it, to replace everything. Yes.
So that's a win-win for them. Are they going to be down the road? You're always pool people?
Well, once you get a new parts, instead of band-aiding parts, it should last for quite a while.
Have you even contacted just a licensed?
Oh, let's move on.
Have you contacted just a licensed plumber? Have they given you an estimate?
They've done their homework.
Yes.
They've done their homework. This board is trying to help the people. I'd like to move the vote.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to accept this quote from Landmark to repair and replace parts with new parts. I have a motion, I have a second. Can I have a vote, a show of hands, please, from the board to accept?
I don't care.
All in favor? We have a report on the nominating committee, Peggy.
Is this it? Okay. Peggy Christie, Unit 2, Chairman of the Nominating Committee. This is the report of the Nominating Committee. The Board of Directors. The nominating committee meeting was Tuesday, the 22nd of November, 2022. The committee members: Peggy Christie, Chair; Beverly Epstein; Lucille DeGuire. Tom Willingham resigned prior to the meeting. General Manager Carol Webster. Observer Thomas Freeman. Peggy Christie opened the meeting at 10:15 a.m. Candidates: Mildred Bernier, George Clare, Debbie Coble, James Westbrook. The committee members reviewed the 4 resumes and verified that they met the requirements to be a candidate for the board of directors. General Manager Carol Webster also verified the candidates met the criteria. There are 4 applicants for 3 openings. All the candidates were approved by the committee. Meeting adjourned 10:45 a.m.
Thank you, Peggy. Appreciate it. And everybody heard the nominees. Okay. We need a motion to accept these nominees for the board for next year.
So moved.
May I have a second? That's your second. All in favor from the board? Raise your hands, please. Motion carried. I'm sure that you all are here this morning because of the information that...
Excuse me, Madam President, we do need to do the placement of the names on the ballot. I have the 4 names here, and what we do typically is we draw the names, and then that's the placement for the ballot.
Thank you, thank you. I'm so sorry, Arlene. Thank you. We'll be pulling the names now.
All right, so I had 4 names in here of the 4 candidates. Who would like to volunteer to pick a name? Okay. Carol, can you write them down for me, please? Thank you.
Millie Berner.
All right, who wants to volunteer to do the next one? Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Jim Westbrook.
Jim Westbrook. Who wants to volunteer the next one? Okay. Thank you, Sandy.
Debbie Coble.
Okay. Debbie Coble. And then obviously we know who the 4th one is going to be, but Mr. Campbell, would you pull it, please?
George Clare.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
They're just directors. The membership does the direct. They choose the directors, and then at the annual meeting, right after the annual meeting is over, the new board will go into another section, which is, we just do it in front of everybody, and the new board selects who the president, the 2 vice presidents, the secretary, and the treasurer will be. Who's going off? I'm sorry. Myself, Rosemary, and we have an open spot because Lyle left the committee. So there'll be the 2 of us and the open position.
I think I'm still presiding over this meeting, whether you think I am or not. Do you have something you need to say regarding our...
I'm Terry Johnson, Unit 1. Why is Leo still sitting there?
You don't have the right to ask that.
We can't do that right now because that has to come later under your member comments. I'm so sorry.
That is an inappropriate question. Please,
Gail, please. Okay. I'm sure that as you're all here because of the agenda and the I'm going to read what I wrote. We've had years of absolutely no one minding the store. It has had a detrimental effect on this development. As I mentioned many times before, this is not a mom and pop organization. We are a multi-million-dollar equity. 7 lay people without business management and accounting backgrounds need help, and they cannot manage this development in a positive way without strong frontline people. We need more expertise companies who do this every day. Brookridge is growing, and therefore we need to grow with it in a positive way. There are residents may be aware that there are positions here that employees are not fulfilling their job obligations. This will be addressed within a week. The goal is to make this budget neutral and bring us better management and state-of-the-art accounting. Our advisory board has spent a lot of time researching different management companies because I cannot have a full board at any one time. Some of us met with these management companies, and after reviewing and looking at everything, we have come to the conclusion that the best thing for Brookridge would be to have a management company come in and straighten out a lot of things that have not been taken care of for a long time. I care about this development. I want you all to understand, we up here are you. We're volunteers. We don't want to do anything that would jeopardize us also. So what we do for all of us because we live here too. We're volunteers who you elected to oversee this development to the best of our abilities. So we're not hired here. We're here working for you and with you. And right now, because of issues that have gone on in the past, that sometimes brings itself forward, we need more direction. A management company will come in, they will evaluate our staff. We'll still keep the majority of our staff, definitely. They have a wide array of help for us. For an example, the pool. If we had had a management company, Mike could have gone to any other entity and said, hey, I need some help. Do you know anybody that can come and look at our pool? He has had other companies in here. And they would help. Our contracts, for an example, do we have a warranty on this contract? They will review all the warranties. They don't sign anything. The board will still be in charge. And they will be the overseers. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, the overseers. They also have OSHA will come in and make sure our staff is protected and we're doing the right thing by them and we're up to standards. We don't always get the information from the state or the federal government, like for payroll, for other changes that have been. We have not had that. Are we in compliance with everything? Not everything. The expertise is in a management company. We are all lay people. We do the best we can. But there's a lot of things that have to be looked at, reviewed. it just is a better way for this development to go. We are growing. I did have someone say, well, we had one in 1997. Well, 1997 is what, 25 years ago? In that time, we've grown dramatically. You have received all of this, the pros and cons. The 3 companies that were interviewed and their quotes are all here. I feel that for all of us and for moving forward with Brookridge, this is the best way for us to go. So I'm going to make a motion that we hire a management company to come in and straighten up everything that needs to be taken care of, including our accounting, which is very critical here. May I have a second? Wait a minute.
We have.
What is the point of
Go ahead, Paul.
Paul Harrison, Unit 4. Before you make this motion and then pass it, I feel you should mail out to the 2,830 residents here a letter. Not everybody has email, not everybody has phones, explaining what you want to do. Then you have a meeting here, a morning meeting next month, and after an evening meeting here next month with your advisory committee and a person representing this company. For any Gail, please, for any questions that the people may have. At this time, a motion should be held off till next month's regular board meeting.
Please, everybody. Point of order is only what is on the agenda. Point of order is only if the agenda is incorrect.
I'm sorry, who's correct?
Okay, listen, wait to hear the nays and the yays, okay? Okay. The attorney has confirmed that this is a vote for the board of directors, whether we say yes or no. This is a vote of the board of directors. Please let us members talk first, okay? And I'll explain why.
A management company, they'll send their representatives in to meet with all of the residents to explain what they're bringing, what they will be doing, and it is a benefit to us. It truly, really is. And I continue with my motion to accept a management company, research a management company to
We need a second in order to open this up for discussion.
I seconded for discussion.
She seconded. Okay, any comments from the board?
Yes.
You seconded, Gail?
I seconded it for discussion, yes.
Okay.
You're welcome. As most of you know, I've been on this board I've been a member of this community for over 8 years. Almost 7 of those years I have been on this board. We had a very good running community. This community is a community. It is not a development. It is a community. That is why it is part of our name. when Brookridge was first given over from the Sasser Development construction, it was Brookridge property owners. And Brookridge decided that they are community. They are not a development. They are a community. This community ran very well. There's always been ups and downs, but for the most part, until our GM and our bookkeeper were both fired at the same time. There was nobody running this place for 3 months until we got new people in here. And I want you to know, I might get put in jail for this, I really don't care. But the people that are in that front office have not been able to do their job. They have been micromanaged for 3 years. I want no comments. 3 years. 3 years. Okay? This manager has not been given the chance to know Brookridge, has not been allowed to really get to know the people, because she cannot make a move without the president for the last couple of years saying whether you can or not. Board of Directors is not to run the everyday business of Brookridge. We're the overseers. We are the ones that answer to the people. The manager is the one that runs the day-to-day operations, not us. We listen to the wishes of the people and we bring them to management. We are part of you. Most of us up here know that this is a community. This is not just a business, and this is the way we always ran. In a conversation with the attorney, and I will pay for it if you make me, he said that Brookridge used to be run well. We were a model community. A model community. Now, we need something more because of things that have gone off for the last 3 years. And he said, maybe in a couple of years, it will come back to the model that was there prior. I want this community to know that. And because people on this board have wanted a management company for years, they have finally gotten to the point where we need help. I will never agree. Our direction to the president was to find somebody a fix. She has led one of our members to believe that all they're going to do is the payroll, and that is not true. 2 of our managers, the manager and a supervisor, were told, you 2 are gone. They have the people that wanted them gone for no reason except they wanted, I have the floor. And it's about time that the people know. These people, we have not been transparent. And I'll tell you, the reason why we have not been able to completely balance our books is because our prior bookkeeper was in the middle of transferring the books when she was fired. Now, no, thank you, I'd like to finish my discussion. They have not been able to find certain things. And everyone thinks that we have $162,000 missing. No, that money was being transferred and it just didn't get on the books. We are not missing $162,000. It wasn't completely transferred. And I want people to realize that. I will never lie to anybody, and I try to be as transparent as I can. The reason why, when Jerry became president, and myself, and Carol Webster, there was a server that went down. And the board that was in office before Jerry was in office, they had to have the server redone. The server went, and we have a new server. That server is a property of Brookridge. We have not been able to find it. And believe me, they have looked for it. We have all looked for it. That is the reason why it looks like we can't balance our books. It looks like there's things missing. But we have not been able to resolve that. But I will tell you that the audit from 2021 is correct. For what we can do, it is correct as we can do it. It is still a draft because there are certain things about probably the reserve study that have not been able to be resolved because we don't have that information. But for the most part, the numbers are correct. And Jerry and I and Larry Miller and, Larry Hoos tried very hard to do what we could do. And some of that, the funds, we have not changed anything, we have not taken anything out, but on the books. So I want people to know that it's not that people are lying up here. We really haven't been able to find the server from 3 years ago. Now, as far as this is concerned, the directive was to find a short-term management company and to someone to check our books. That was the directive. I myself was not told about a management company, and there were 3 management companies, and God bless the advisory committees, they did their job, but the job of looking at all the management companies are given to the board. The board is never just given one company in a little chart that says other things. I just want people to know that. The concept is fine, but the way it was carried out is atrocious. And I'm asking people, if you could, when people come up to the podium, that you use absolute decorum, because we do not want a mob scene again. And I am begging you all, you either say yes or no, because we know all of the information that I've given you is all that we have right now.
Thank you, Gail. A couple things in your comments. You knew nothing about a management company issue. On 10/31, we had a meeting, and in your notes that you gave to the board, there were 2 comments. Contact Attorney Messer to assist us to hire a short-term management company. 3, research management companies and cost. In your note of 11/14 to the Board of Directors, you made a comment that I will vehemently oppose any action from this board to push a management company through without involvement of all residents. I do nothing without the advice of our attorney. This is a board vote. It's not a vote for the residents. And part of the reason is for this, it goes back years. It goes back to boards not reviewing the audit, and if they did, they didn't make any changes, and that's why we're where we are today. I'm not shoving anything down your throat. We've looked and we've researched and we've spent hours. Our advisory board has spent innumerable hours. Our attorney has been involved in every step of the way. This is a good thing to correct and to bring us up to date at where we should be. And yes, we are a community, but this community has a lot of money that needs to be accounted for, absolutely, and it has been lax, and I'm going to be very honest. And the audit that was reviewed, I've reviewed the audit. I reviewed audits from 2007, and I've read them all. And there are discrepancies, and there are things that weren't done properly or were overlooked. This cannot happen. And in order to get us back on the straight and narrow and know exactly where we are and what we're doing and that we're in compliance with every law and we're taking care of our staff the best we know how and making this a safe environment for them to work in. I will tell you, the majority of our staff, they're minimum wage employees. And I'm telling you, a lot of you wouldn't even walk out of your house for $11 an hour. They work hard. And we want the best for them. And no, we're not throwing them under the bus or anything. The bottom line is, the board has the final say. But I have a job that I have to do because past, way back, and presidents were not doing their due diligence to whatever. And that's what I have to deal with and bring to you when it's resolved. So please don't think ever that I never lie to you, and I will tell you the truth. And anybody can come down. I'm at that office every single day. Anybody can come down there. And maybe I miss a call or two, as Rich said, but Rich knows exactly where I am all the time. So I just want you all to know this is something that we have spent a lot of time on. And yes, it was brought to the board at a personnel meeting. And I found out it was not confidential when certain walked out of there and told an employee what we had discussed. I don't like that. So that's my take on it. So I have a motion, I have a second, and Val, you want to come up or do you want to wait for comments? Okay.
Val Stratton, Unit 3. I'm sure the biggest concern is we passed a budget, and will we be able to adhere to our budget if we allow a one-year contract with a management company?
Yes.
Thank you.
And always remember, a budget is adjustment. And I was, someone mentioned to me, well, you don't have a line item for that. We don't have to have a line item. We just work with that budget, the bottom line. We work for the bottom line, okay?
And I agree that there's accounting costs in our budget and salaries and computer consultants and all that is in here. I just want to make sure that this isn't going to be extra money above and beyond our budget, because the board has to make decisions in the best interest of our BCPO. My second question is, according to our bylaws, we're allowed to hire a general manager that acts on what their job description is. Now that does not say anything about a management company. Did the lawyer address that? That it's legal for us to hire a management company? Because our bylaws say the board may employ a general manager. It does not say anything about. He did say it was okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Val. May I have a vote from the board? All in favor, raise your hand.
Now, can't you open it up
Somebody's asked to move the vote. Once the vote is moved, there can't be any more discussion. No, please. Please.
I just want to say.
Pamela McMaw, Unit 4. I just want to say that I think the board is taking the right direction. Brooksville is way too big not to have a management company. There's a lot of money at stake, and we need professionals to take care of it.
Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. And folks, they don't need all this kind of negativity. They're trying to help, and they're doing a good thing. And a management company is a good thing. Even if our dues were raised $5 a month, we'd have all of our questions answered, the books would be correct, and that's not a bad thing. So I think they should be supported in this vote.
Thank you.
Cindy Seaver, Unit 1. Although I'm not fully against a management company, I do believe very strongly that this should not be a board vote. I think it should be a residents vote. I think it should be put on a ballot, and we should vote on it. You may say you have the legal right, but I don't think you have the people's right. This is wrong. You're very wrong if you make that decision. And it's our money that you are spending on a management company, and I believe, personally, a good CPA could figure out your books. You don't need to hire an entire management.
Please don't, please.
It's more than a CPA that we need to have things resolved here. And that's more than that.
Cindy, I believe that we are supposed to be doing the will of the people. My personal opinion, we should be doing the will of the people.
Nancy Whetstone, Unit 4. First, you do have the right to make this decision. That is your board responsibility. We voted you in to do that for us. I want to thank you all and the advisory board for your courage and strength in working through and looking for solutions. We have stated many problems with accounting, with communications, with IT, and the legal governance being consistent. I took time yesterday to read through all the documentation. It will provide consistency in management of our community across boards, which is critical. It provides us solutions for our financial and accounting management with having CPAs, multiple CPAs and financial advisors who have experience, long-term experience, broad experience. It will provide us non-biased human resource acquisition and management, which we need. The board can't be there every day. You're not there to do the daily business. You're there to represent us, as you say. You will be bringing in experienced IT resources, which we all know we need experienced IT for the challenges we have with our servers, with the guard post, with everything. And IT is growing and fast. We also need consistent legal governance compliance to know what our statutes are, what our policies are, and to make sure that they are followed through on. What was in the writings that I saw, that will be provided through the property management company. I totally expect that we're going to have rocky roads in this transition. We're going to hit potholes, we're going to hit stones until we get to a smooth paved road, which will still have circles and it'll still have curves and up and down hills, but it's going to be a benefit to the community. So my past experience as a multi-term mayor of a city, an IBM executive, and a parish administrator, I still understand that we will always have those who are disenchanted and derogatory about everything that you do on our behalf. It's part of the role that you take on when you put yourselves up for election and sit on the board. That's why I thank you for what you're going through. I've been there, done that, it's not easy. May not always be the same faces and names of people that come after you or come after what you're doing, but it's always going to be there. Just want to thank you again for putting yourselves on the firing line, and I support fully what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to ask a question. How is the management company going to be paid? Because most times when there's a management company, they're $150 more. I just want to know how they're going to be paid.
If you look at the quote, the sheet that the quotes were on, it's $1,000 a month. Everything else will be paid out of our budget. They will also do the budgets. They will do all the accounting, make sure we're all up to date. They'll also have a website that every resident can go in and check their account, make sure that everything got posted, and if they're late, ooh, I'm late, I gotta do that. So they will have that available. They'll also have all of the accounting records that the residents are privy to. That'll be on the website. They bring a lot. They bring a lot to help us get back the way we should be.
This $6,000 a month, that comes up to $2 more a month. How will that be paid?
There'll be no increase at this moment on your $48 on the budget for next year.
She's asked if positions, admin positions would be eliminated.
It's a possibility, or people will be moved around and shifted around.
Otherwise, you're going to have overlaps, where admin is doing the same thing that the management company is doing.
No. As I said, it's just, we're in sort of like the baby steps. Our first priority is to get the approval for a management company. Meet with them, set up a time, and it will be evening so everybody can come, and they will come in and they'll explain everything. Nothing is hidden. We're not hiding anything. We just want to make it better.
You'll have to go to there's other people that are up there.
Sorry, I waited my turn. I thought
Yes, you did.
that's the proper way to do it. My name is Bob O'Brien. I'm from Unit 1. Moved here in July, down from Terry and Trudy. I don't disagree that the board has the right to make these decisions. But one thing I have heard from just getting to know people here in the community, it's one thing to be able to do something. It's another thing to have to do it at the time you're doing it. The gentleman before said, this came up in very short time. The advisory committee gave it to you, you put it on the agenda, and I think we've had 3 days to totally digest it, talk among yourselves. And the one thing that I hear from people is that, and I think we will hear it if there's a vote today, is what was their rush? What didn't they want us to know? Why did they have to hurry so much? I understand the financial problems that we have to resolve, but I think that transparency is very important here to make people feel that they've been heard. Quells a lot of dissension. I think a lot of the problems is that when you limit discussion to very few people. I'll be honest with you. I was chairman of a homeowners association, and we were there till 6 o'clock in the morning one day because our bylaws said that everyone gets their say. And so we sat there with 3 minutes at a time until 482 people got their say. And everybody got everything off their chest, and people walked away saying, okay, at least I have an understanding of it. But in 3 days, we've gotten information from you. If you knew the agenda was coming out, and people haven't been able to digest it. You haven't fully been able to digest it. I think having the representatives of the companies here and explaining what kind of services they've offered, well, not you telling them, but the people who do it actually telling them would be more helpful, because I think people get an understanding that this is the way these people operate. We know what it is, and it's...
But Bob, that's just what I said, that they will come in with their team. But we haven't signed any contracts or anything.
Well, it makes it seem as though you're going to sign a contract.
And they're not in the rush. It's a process that we feel we need to take care of.
Well, is this vote to try to hire a company, or is this vote to hire a company?
It's a vote to hire a company.
So you've already made a decision on the company?
Yes, but we have not signed a contract. They will come in and they will meet with the residents.
But the residents will have no other time to talk to you about it before then?
They can talk about it. We can't do anything or set up anything until this vote is approved, until we have the votes and it's a done deal. Then we go to the next step. And that will be contacting them, setting up a time and a date, contacting the residents. If they have any concerns, I'm down to that office every day.
No, it's just that when we set up our company, the company came in and they did a survey, and they went back to the residents and said, this is what will be changed under our company. This is the way we're going to do it. And, people lost their jobs. That's true. But the other thing was that people more understood exactly what the company was going to do and what the company wasn't going to do. And they said, the one thing that you're going to get is you can get people who are off-site. You're not going to have the familiarity. And a lot of people didn't like that. But they ended up eating it because they got the efficiency of operation that they wanted to return. Well, yeah, I know your board's going to make the vote. I just wanted to say something about it because I think 3 days is a very short time for people to digest it. And again, it's not what you do. It's not what actually happens. But a lot of times it's just the appearance of being rushed. I know, and that's the thing that I just wanted to avoid. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
George Clare, Unit 4. And this company that you're supposedly going to sign with, how did you come up with this company? Were they the cheapest? Were they the most? How did you come up with that? How did you come up with the cost to pick this company? Were they the cheapest company? Were they the most expensive company? How did you come up with this?
Did you see the quotes that were in the agenda packet?
I did, and I went and I researched this a little bit on this company. Have you read the Better Business Bureau on these people? Out of a 5-star, there are 2-star. There's a lot of complaints, and I think that should be brought into recognition. The people need to hear this.
I believe that one of our advisory board has an answer for that. Tracy.
I'm asking you.
Tracy McCumber, Unit 2, Co-Chairman Advisory Board.
I did research as well because I heard there was some issues about the rating. They have a 4.5 star rating, and everything, if you go on, want everybody to go on the Better Business Bureau, look up the company, and everything that has been disputed with them is a rebuttal. They have 100% customer satisfaction. And like I said, everybody go look them up, do your homework. So I just want the facts to be known, and I think that people, we need to take this as a business and not personally. Thank you.
I disagree with you, but that's okay too. And also, Ann, you told us for 3 months, under the jurisdiction of your attorney, we was not allowed to comment on some of this stuff. And all of a sudden today it comes out. Why?
What I wasn't allowed to comment on was not a management company. It was the finances. It's the fact that, and I'm sure a lot of you have speculated over the years and have wondered, there has been 2 sets of books running here. They stopped July 2020. So money has been mentioned that's in our balance sheet is not necessarily money there. And you don't just put money someplace, you work with a debit and a credit. So this has to be taken care of, and the management company will not do that. So that still reverts back to our research.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Richard Feiss, Unit 6. I was reading over the stuff and I just wanted a few little minor clarifications and stuff. I saw where it said that the thing was done between November and December. There was hyphen December. Well, we just got into December, so I know it hasn't been more than a month basically since this has been worked on. But I noticed something where it said, okay, there's a CAM that's in charge of this place. So is the CAM the same as our general manager? Okay, and does our, go ahead.
A general manager has to have a CAM license. And so sometimes they just call it a CAM employee, but a general manager must have a CAM license, yes.
Okay, and so if we have this new management company and they have this CAM, do we have a contract with our general manager right now?
That is, we're moving forward too fast, I'm sorry. And trying to answer those specific staff questions.
Well, the only reason I'm asking is if we have a contract, if she has a 3-5 year contract or something like that, and we hire this management company, do we have to buy her out, or do we give her a mop and a broom or whatnot and keep her on?
It's a personnel question that I can't answer right now, I'm sorry.
Well, I would believe that would have to be answered, otherwise you're making a double payment on something. You know, that's my only thought on that. But I don't want this to end up, unfortunately, because I was here at the time, and my wife and I helped have that new sign, and we went through all kinds of heck with that. As you can recall, there were a lot of people against it. I'm not against a management company, okay? I just like what happened with the floor situation here, which was the biggest debacle, I think, in the history of Brookridge here, but I don't want to see us getting into something over our heads. I like all the people here. I love this community. I think it's a great community. And I like everybody's camaraderie. I don't like what I see sometimes in arguments of people. I think people are very concerned about everything. They want you to do a great job. It's not like we want you not to succeed. we want everybody to succeed. You know, we all want to have a great community to live in, and, you know, like you say, you volunteered to have your names, you know, and be elected and everything. And I hope whatever decisions you guys make are a good decision for the whole community. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you very much.
Lynn Southwick, Unit 4. I first want to say thank you to, I don't know if it's Ken or somebody else, for finally addressing the pool issues. I know I and a lot of other people really appreciate that. My concern with a property management company is, I've talked with other people who have property management companies, and they're not happy. They have no say. And that's a problem. I want to be able to have a say as well as everybody else in here. The second thing that I have a question is, you're up here to do the will of the people, as well as yourself, but the will of the people. Why can't you look at the people in this room, ask for a show of hands, and say, who wants this property management? I'll ask them, who wants this property management? Or let's put it this way, who doesn't want the property management? Raise your hands. Well, there's your will of your people.
No, it's not.
And why isn't this done at a meeting at night when those who work can come? All meetings should be done at night so people can come. No, there should be no morning meetings, period. They should all be done at night.
Okay, then we don't have a workshop anymore, is that what you're saying?
You do it at night.
No.
You do it at night. There are people that want to be at this meeting that work that can't be here.
They're not able to go on YouTube and watch it later, is that it? They don't have a TV?
They can't stand up here and make a comment.
We've always had one in the morning, the first Tuesday in the morning.
Well, let's move into the 21st century.
Okay, wait a minute. We've always had the third Wednesday, and that's so a variety of people can go to them.
Well, let's move into the 21st century, as you say. People work. People need to make a living. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of people that I know do not want this property management, myself being one of them, because I know what's going to happen to this community, and it's going to go downhill, and our fees are going to go sky high. That's what I am.
Okay, thank you for your comments.
I'd like to move the vote. No, I don't think people can. I'm asking to move the vote. We've been hearing the comments.
Yes.
And Mary, I understand, but I'd like to move the vote.
Okay. Okay. This is the last one.
Mary Story, Unit 6. First off, the only people that are aware that you're taking this vote today are people that received the email and people who heard this by word of mouth. Do you think that you can sit there and look at us and say to us, this is fair to all the residents, 2,830 of them, that some of them have absolutely no knowledge of what's going on here today? I want to make a suggestion that you revert your motion and table this. Because, Annie, you're talking about bringing in the group to talk to us. You're the one that mentioned it, Anna. I'm not picking on you. I'm not putting that out. I am just saying that you said you're going to bring in a group afterwards to talk to the residents and explain it to us. At that point, this is a done deal. Once you take this vote today, it is a done deal. So anything that they say to us, we just have to accept. There can't be any changes made to it. My suggestion is that you revert your motion, you table it till January, you bring in this group, let them speak with us, let them explain to us the changes. You're now going to start paying 401k, we're paying higher health benefits. If you read through this, the costs are going to escalate much more than the $2.12 you quoted here. That $2.12 only accounts for the $6,000
It does not account for the highest salary for the CAM. It does not account for the increases in their health insurance, their 401k. Be fair and open to your residents. Table this, bring in this company in January at a town hall meeting, let them speak to the people, you listen to what the people have to say, then put it out there to a vote. That would be the right thing to do to residents if you truly have concerns about this community. Thank you.
Thank you all for your input and your concerns. I'd like to go forward with the vote. All in favor, raise your hands. How many do we have? Rosemary, I can't see your hand. She's not voting. Okay, well, all your thing is, the vote is... Who votes no? Okay, well, it's a tie vote, so all your concerns, you're on your own.
If it's 3-3, it does not pass.
Excuse me, over here. From where I'm sitting, I can't see everybody. Okay, so who voted yes? Please put your hands up. So I see 2 people, correct? Okay, so who voted no? The other 4, correct? Thank you.
Now, people, there's more work to be... Okay, wait a minute. We get comments first. I want you to know that it's not right or wrong, but we need... I was informed, many of us were informed on the board when everybody else got their agendas.
May we have the report of the directors now? We'll start with Rosemary.
First of all, not to take anything away from my friend Gail here, but I would like to comment on the beautification committee, what a beautiful job they've done bringing Christmas cheer and decorations and everything to this community. It looks beautiful. Thank you for your hard work. Now, I would like to bring, Tom, are you still here? If you would come up with the Veterans Committee to speak on Toys for Tots.
The people that are leaving, would you please be quiet because we still have a meeting running.
Thomas Fryman, Unit 2. I am so disgusted with the way this community is acting right now. Rosemary, I gave you a copy of what I wanted you to say. Would you please read it for me? Thank you.
I didn't get it. You didn't give me a copy.
You have no comment now?
On the Toys for Tots, thank you everybody for donating. Last year they distributed 8,793 toys to 2,276 families. Collected until December 12th, new toys aged 6 months to 12 years. And the distribution will be at the fairgrounds, the Hernando County Fairgrounds, at the warehouse on December 17th. And we're setting up Tuesday. The Breakfast of Santa, the Men's Club, and David Faye, if you have anything you want left over that you want to donate for Toys for Tots, we will take care of it. Last year, each family received 3 to 5 toys per child, plus 1 stuffed animal and 1 game. They picked 1 puzzle, 1 arts and crafts, 1 ball, 5 stocking stuffers. So, according to what Tom told me, last year they had, I believe, 4 boxes. They've already collected 8 boxes of toys. They've exceeded last year's goal in contributions, and they're still working on it. So every child that signs up, the parents have to sign the child up at the fairgrounds, and they will come in the date specified and pick up the toys. And I would like to thank everybody in this community who also donated to those toys with us. Don't forget, there's a box out in the lobby there, and there's one in the administration office. So please, if you have any more toys, just throw them in the box, because every child needs a toy. That's what I said. You are a community. You're a community for the people of Hernando County.
Gail?
Yeah, I don't have a report. She gave the report for the beautification committee. That's awesome. They've done an awesome job this year. They're still looking for donations because our tree is not working anymore, and it really was a beautiful piece for Brookridge. They're looking into what the cost is going to be, so I will be putting it out there for all of you. We can't do it this year, so they've moved up the sleigh and the reindeer, and thank you, Carol, for getting that up for us, so at least there's something there. I want to wish everyone a safe and peace-filled holiday, Christmas holiday. I don't know, what religion you are, but we want to remember why we do Christmas. And if we have the Jewish people, happy Hanukkah to all of you. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Whether we agree to things or not, this is the way that we run Brookridge, in a very positive way. Thank you.
Just one other thing, for the community, Music Airs is having a concert December 18th at 3 o'clock here. We have been working since October to put a musical program together, and we'd like everyone to come and listen to our music, and we're going to have you sing along with us too. So it's going to be a jolly good afternoon. As I said, it is our gift to this community. We will accept free will donations because we do have to pay our accompanist and buy music. But please, 3 o'clock on December 18th, that is a Sunday afternoon. If you get nothing, it would be, like I said in my news and views, football season is almost over and baseball season hasn't started yet. So there's no reason that you can't come up and support us. And happy holidays to everyone.
Ken? Jerry? Leo?
Yes. I'm a retired Rhode Island revenue agent. When you hear the word revenue agent, everyone runs the other way. During that period, I had a year-and-a-half break. I tried to do something better. So I joined another group, which was in the audit division of the state of Rhode Island. I had to go to just about every agency you can think of, evaluate what they do, check their laws. Do they even follow their own laws? You'd be amazed at how many don't. It would make me wonder, why do you have the laws if you don't follow them? The easiest part of my job was to point out what was wrong.
easiest thing in the world. Point out the fault. But you know how my report had to end? I had to come up with a solution. And sometimes that took you a month before you could close the case. I think we need to act in the same way. Yes, we can sit and listen to negative after negative after negative. But if in the end it does not produce something positive, good luck.
Thank you, Leo. I now have member comments. Or is anybody? Sandy?